Angry Old Hoops coming to you from San Francisco. Gonna do some reaction videos today, since at least those won't get flagged, I would hope.
As I tend to do in my reaction videos, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to add my thoughts. I'm not really criticizing. I'm doing channels that I like and just adding a couple of additional thoughts. We'll be looking at Uncommon Sense, Sports and Fitness Rants, and others today. We'll start with Uncommon Sense, talking about LeBron fans hating on Kobe Bryant and how this might stem from jealousy. LeBron James's jealousy. And he thought that maybe LeBron was jealous that Michael was willing to take Kobe under his wing and mentor him. And the only thing I would add to that is the consideration that even if Michael had been willing, would LeBron have done it? No doubt LeBron would have liked the attention. He would have liked the press regarding the fact that, oh, LeBron James, the next Michael Jordan, is being mentored by Michael Jordan. The thing is, LeBron doesn't have the work ethic. And LeBron might have actually not done it, even if it had been an option. Or he might have liked the angle, the egotistical angle of saying he didn't need it. He doesn't need mentorship from Michael Jordan. And, LeBron is sensitive. He's in his feelings a lot. So I'm sure he would have liked to have been offered the same thing. But whether or not he would have accepted it or how far he would have gone with that mentorship is another question in itself. And let's also consider that Michael Jordan in his Wizards years was not the same as Michael Jordan in Kobe's early years. Michael Jordan was still winning MVPs. Michael Jordan was still, a top competitor in the All-Star games when he was mentoring Kobe Bryant. LeBron not wanting to play one-on-one came up in this video. He also did a video with that in it the day before, but LeBron not wanting to play one-on-one came up in both of these. And, I'm sure LeBron is upset that Kobe said he would smoke him in one-on-one. And LeBron, being the coward that he is, of course he doesn't want to play one-on-one. Of course he wants to downplay one-on-one basketball. Any situation in which you can't possibly look at someone else or blame someone else, LeBron tends to shy away from. Look at the dunk contest, for example. That's just one of many examples. Yeah, of course he doesn't want to be on a stage where there's no one else to blame. But LeBron fans, just be honest for a moment. I know that people that watch my channel weren't surprised. As dumb as it is to say, I don't think you're surprised anymore to hear LeBron say things like this. But LeBron fans, were you even surprised? Were you even surprised to hear this? That's the problem. It's what exposes LeBron James. You almost expect to hear something like this. Oh, LeBron can't close out in one-on-one situations in games. Oh, LeBron got beaten in one-on-one and never said anything about it and never argued that it never happened. Oh, LeBron, if he can't get bailed out by passing to a teammate or by 3 refs that are on his side. LeBron, who never developed his game. LeBron, who never developed a killer move to close out games. LeBron, who's never been known for his ball handling skills. Is anybody surprised that this guy wants to downplay one-on-one? And he was talking to Austin Reeves when this came out. Is that correct?
Austin Reeves, all I can say is I hope you aren't listening. I hope you're just nodding and smiling because you have to do that right now. But man, I hope you're not actually listening. Austin Reeves has shown on numerous occasions that he can flat out ball. So please don't be learning from LeBron James. I mean, he already has. We've seen how bad Austin's flopping is, and his complainings, it looks like he's been mentored by LeBron. That's what happens when you have LeBron James mentorship. You flop and you complain. I gotta agree with Uncommon when he says not only is one-on-one real basketball, it's the ultimate form of testing yourself in basketball. When you're afraid, when you know someone can beat you, it's less tempting to accept an invitation to play one-on-one. I mean, you can only get beaten so many times and have it still be enjoyable. But you can go against that person in team play and have a chance to win, because your teammates, other matchups, can allow you to win. But sometimes there's somebody that just outmatches you. Now, if you keep going against that person in one-on-one, what do you have to do? You either keep losing or you develop something else. You work your brain, actually, and you have to study the game. You have to analyze that person's strengths, their weaknesses, figure out what you could develop in order to beat that person despite them actually outmatching you. So if we look at LeBron James's career and we look at how his game has not evolved, that really reflects his mentality in terms of what I just described one-on-one basketball to be. LeBron James isn't interested in learning how to win in new ways. He had a physical gift and a size advantage from an early age, and that got him really far. And he never wanted, or he never did, I don't know what he wants, but he never did develop other things, killer moves, go-to moves. Now, what did happen is that the NBA changed for him. The NBA accommodated him. What do I mean? The lanes got wide open. You're not allowed to be anywhere near him. He's allowed to run over you if you don't get completely out of the lane. He still can score, not because of how he's developed his game, but because the main advantage he had from the beginning, the rules, or at least the officiating, I'm not sure the rules officially changed, but the officiating has gone in the direction that allows LeBron James to just bulldoze. You don't even see him do anything creative when he attacks the lane. He's just like, well, I'm big and they're going to get a foul called on them, so I'll just go straight at the rim and see what happens. If I miss, I'll throw a freaking tantrum. Now you might say, well, he'll throw a tantrum if they don't blow the whistle. Yeah, except he throws a tantrum even when they blow the whistle for him. He just doesn't, at this point, know how not to throw a tantrum. I'll touch a little bit on something he talked about, and it was Michael Jordan becoming something bigger than a man, not because of social media, not because of lies, but because he was so different that in an age without the internet, I know a lot of you LeBron fans can't even wrap your head around that. It's actually pretty strange looking back that you actually had to get news from other people, or by tuning into the news at a certain time or reading the newspaper. But eventually you caught word. You're like, you have to actually see this guy. You actually have to find a way to see him. And that didn't mean turning on YouTube or just looking down at your phone. You had to actually figure out how you would manage to catch a glimpse. And I wanted to talk about the Michael Jordan flying part, because I'm sure LeBron fans were like, oh, well, we never seen anything like LeBron James. LeBron James is a physical specimen. He has the advantages, the attributes of someone who should be a physically dominant basketball player. But there isn't a thing that he does that we haven't ever seen. Yeah, he got high and dunked hard, or at least for a while. But you can't say that we haven't ever seen that. In fact, we've seen many people jump higher and dunk harder. Michael Jordan looked like he was floating. He stayed in the air. You can't ever say that about LeBron James. LeBron James is so tall and long that even when he has a great dunk, it's over in an instant. That's different than watching somebody moving through the air, navigating the opponent until finally releasing the ball, either with finesse or with force. In the video that Uncommon did the day before, and he's talking about buddy, and he talks about Draymond, Uncommon asked a specific question. He said, can anyone, name some examples of Draymond playing hard against LeBron or LeBron playing hard against Draymond? And I'll tell you what I do remember is an example of each of them letting the other person go by. Now, we're used to seeing that with LeBron. That's how he plays defense. When Draymond did it, I was like, okay, I could do a video on this. And it goes in that long list of videos that I started and didn't finish. But yes. Well, actually, no. I can't think of an example of them playing great defense against each other. In fact, I thought of the exact opposite type of example. He also talked about all of Draymond's over-the-top compliments of LeBron James. And I did a video a little while back. It didn't do very well, but it was basically about purchasing people, purchasing opinions. And I pointed out how Draymond flipped from calling LeBron a B to calling him the GOAT. And it was in the same amount of time it took for him to sign with Clutch. I mean, it was that blatantly obvious. And Uncommon talks about these friendships and says that they aren't really friends. These aren't true friendships. And he says that they are politically correct with each other. I would use a different term. I would say that they have formed alliances. They are allies. But I agree, they are not friends. I don't think they're true friends. I think these are people that came together for personal gain. That's, not how I think about friendships. I watched another video that was suggested to me about how Draymond cost the Warriors 3 different championships. Great video. I should just do a full reaction to that one. But there are some things that Draymond did that really got swept under the rug that I wasn't even aware of, and reminded me of some of the really disgusting things that Draymond has done. And Draymond's just not a good role model. He's not someone to look up to. He's just done too many gross things and said too many gross things. Now, for all you LeBron fans who like to pretend that LeBron is some sort of a good person and a good role model and a good father, well, his friendship with Draymond Green proves all of that wrong. You have to surround yourself with quality people if you're a quality person. And Draymond Green wasn't even playing in the Olympics. And yet those two are palling around together in Europe, in Monaco. Draymond Green is a gross person. And this is the person that LeBron James is hanging with in his spare time in France when he's not even on the team. What's Draymond Green even doing there? Go spend time with your teammates, LeBron James. Go spend time with your family man. Don't hang out with this scumbag. Just a reminder, I'm adding my thoughts to what were already good thoughts. For the original content, go and watch these channels. At this moment, I'm talking about Uncommon Sense. In that same video, talking about friendships, he goes on to talk about how people are there for LeBron and LeBron isn't there for them. And he mentions D Wade, LeBron not going to D-Wade's events, but D-Wade going to LeBron's, which is, one of many things about D-Wade that makes it hard for me to sympathize with him. He obviously sold his soul and has decided to be okay with the LeBron James thing. Whatever the hell it is, it's weird. It's mysterious to many of us. But I gotta say, not only is it just disrespectful as teammates or as competitors to not go. You didn't go to Kobe's things. People that had even less to do with Kobe than LeBron went. And, LeBron had that fake shit in the Redeem Team that I'm sure was filmed just so they could have an excuse to include LeBron James, because God knows his play in the Olympics wasn't worth talking about. He acts like there's some sort of a bond between him and Kobe with the birthday cake thing. I'm like, who in the hell are you, LeBron James? You have no relationship with Kobe Bryant. You have no relationship with Kobe Bryant. This is just about you getting on screen. And if you were so tight with Kobe Bryant, why aren't you showing up to any Kobe Bryant tributes? Why aren't you showing your respects just as another basketball player? But this brings me to my real point. What about the friendship? Forget that you are all basketball players and the respect as competitors or as teammates in Dwayne Wade's case. What about friendship? Like, a decent friend goes to these things, even if it's inconvenient. On a professional level, it's one thing. But you guys are pretending that he's a good friend, too, and a good guy. He violates the professionalism, the respect, and the decency as a friend. He violates all of it. You don't have any more routes to go to make excuses for why LeBron James is a shockingly self-absorbed, one-sided friendship asshole. And Uncommon talks about the not wanting to compete with each other, and that's part of the buddy-buddy thing. And I actually tie that back to the video about him not wanting to play one-on-one because of his sensitivity and the fakeness of the friendships. I don't think a LeBron James friendship could survive LeBron getting beaten in one-on-one. I've had friends that I beat in one-on-one and they beat me, or other people beat me in one-on-one, but there's other things that they're better than me at, and there's things that I'm better than them at. And at the end of the day, we all have our assets and we all have our weaknesses, and you accept each other. You understand what everybody's weaknesses are, and you know what everybody's strong points are. And somewhere in there is a valued friendship. When it's not a valued friendship is when you have to lose on purpose because you know that person won't be able to handle it. When you can't truly compete, or the other person's afraid to compete because he can't handle losing to someone else. He's so insecure. The friendship is so fake that someone winning or losing in a way that the other person doesn't like means the end of the friendship. Those are fake friendships, people. You have to be able to get beaten by somebody and still be like, fuck, he beat me. It's the way it is. I'll try next time. I'll beat him at something else. Or maybe I'll never beat him at anything, but we still like each other because of other things that our relationship brings to the table. But this whole alliance, hey, we're going to help each other by never going against each other. That is some pussy ass shit. All right, that's it. That's enough. That's enough reacting.